All right, so I am Sushila Mertens, and I was born in Paterson, New Jersey. I'm 71 years old. Mother had 6 or 5 siblings, and one died. So they're just working class people. My father had 1 brother and 3 sisters, and they all lived real close to us in the town next door, kind of like Grass Valley, Nevada City. So we basically just visited, and most of my childhood was just spent with my immediate family. And then, you go to school in your neighborhood. I knew in 4th grade I wanted to be a teacher. So I was in the Future Teachers Club of America. And I went to high school, and I got the future teacher scholarship to a local college. And I thought I was going to be a classroom teacher, but as it was, in 1970, probably 71, New Jersey made a law that every school had to have a credentialed teacher as a librarian. And I had to go back and forth between the 2 schools, and they were just starting their libraries, and it was quite a adventure. And then later on, like 10 years later, I was talking to the principal, and he said to me, I didn't really think you could do everything you said you could do, but you were so enthusiastic. And they hired me on the spot. So I got that job, and I was a librarian for 4 years. But I met a man, and he was a very advanced yoga student. And he told me he would like to go to California too to check out this Ananda place. So I decided, I was living with my boyfriend, but I wasn't really wanting to continue the relationship so much. So I said, okay, let's go to Ananda. But I went in like June, and he came at the end of July. And when I got here, there was a very beautiful group of young people that came for the summer. And I met this long-haired, where is he? Where is his best picture? Okay, this is what he looked like. And we met in July. He had long hair. And he met in July, and then we fell in love. And he asked me if I wanted to live with him, and I said no, but I've already lived with somebody. I don't want to do that again, but I'll marry you if you're interested. And he goes, let me think about that. And so he went home, and the next day he said, okay, let's get married. So we got married in October. At some point, I thought, what you do in life, like your job, was important. But after having children, I do think that having given birth to children and have that experience, and then those children, you get to guide them and enjoy them, and they actually become your teachers. So I think being a parent is actually the most profound thing. It is hard. It is profound, but it's also the most hardest thing ever in life because it never stops. So you can't say, well, I don't want to do this today. I don't want to go to work today. I mean, you have a baby, you have to watch that baby, make sure it's safe, you have to feed the baby and change the baby. So it's a challenge. Yeah, well, I never thought I'd be an end-of-life doula, but when my friends, I have a lot of older friends, so if I'm 70, they're 80, 90, 100. It's kind of crazy. But their spouses were ill and died, and I just knew there was an alternative. And there was a woman. She was my Reiki student. I was her yoga student. And we really had a wonderful bonding. and she went and became an end-of-life doula. And I trusted her really completely. And she started the Full Circle of Living and Dying. And when my friends started dying, I said, well, how can we help them have a better end of life? And so she started helping me with a couple friends. And the second friend, she came over when the husband died, and she showed us how we could just gently wash, like take a washcloth and just gently wash their arms and their legs and their face and their, just kind of give them a final goodbye. And so what are you going to do today to make your life valuable? And I think that guides my choices. So I want to have some meaning in my life, and if something comes up or somebody needs help, that gives my life meaning. So I think that it's not being like, oh, you concentrate too much on death. Well, no, death informs how much I really live life. I really think that it's a very precious life. So how are we going to use it?